Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to look at how I fixed my roof. Okay, so first job is to remove all these screws. Now with all the screws removed, I can remove this bar and separate the inside skin and try to get this foam now out to install the correct foam. With two more hidden screws just in here and on the far side. This should now be ready to pull this way, and we're going to pull off the outer skin and get rid of this foam. Hope we put the inner skin on first, then the correct skin, then the outer skin again. So wish me luck. Okay, so you can see how far I've gotten at the moment. This just skin that pulls straight back this way, and I'm getting the foam now, and you can see where the previous guy had touched the foam. Okay, so I now have it all released. Pull it out. Okay, so it's a bit hard to do one hand with the roof fighting me, but basically lift this up with one hand, pull this out with the other hand, and strip it. Okay, so I have the skin now pulled back, or the foam pulled back off the frame. This is the back window. This is the frame that kind of goes around the back window that these straps go through. And there's like a plastic insert, and that gets stapled. So there's actually staples holding this together, and that is actually correct. That is from the factory. It is actually stapled. So obviously someone else stapled it since. So I'll pull out all the staples and remove the foam. Okay, and ta-da! It's all separated. So whoever did this, they obviously did do a good job, because it is double foamed here, and it does look quite nice, and it was sprayed black to kind of hide the bright yellow foam. But I'm going to install the original one. I'm going to give this a hoover first and then install it. But I'm happy with that. That's what the roof looks like skinned. Rather sad looking. Okay, so I have it all cleaned. It's been washed, and I've sewn it all the way across here. Not the best sewing, but it'll do. It's also not being strong, so it won't tear off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this now onto the car, figure out where these holes should be, because obviously when you re-sew it, it's going to be slightly left and right of it, unless I'm absolutely perfect and got it dead on, but I obviously didn't. Get the back on and staple the very back of it. Okay, keep going. Okay, I just wanted to show, after a really good wash, I got it all lovely and clean. So I got degreaser onto it, I got Silic Bang onto it, that stuff's amazing. It cleans everything, so lovely and white. Okay, so it's now back on the car. I'm going to put in my screws, but first of all, this frame here has to be screwed into this. Okay, so it's all installed at the top, and now to close it down. Okay, and now I'm going to line these up with this and pull the back further back. Okay, so I can't really work out how far down this is meant to fall. So what I've done is, that's the original hole. Obviously I have to drill a new hole over here somewhere. So if that's on top, that's probably like how much it can fall down by to join up with this. So that's the only thing I have to go on. So that's my only reference. So it's about 3 fingers, which was whatever, if you're doing it yourself, that's what you can work it out as being, or probably about 1 inch of a fall. It's fairly level all the way across, so I'm kind of happy with that. I'm going to get a glue gun and glue this, so that's going to sit like that, which will straighten up more of it. And again, I'm going to kind of go with the middle of from here to here, and kind of glue that as being the top. So I'll probably pull it back a little bit like that. I still have to attach the ones over here. I've done this rope here, which seems to be okay. So after using carpet adhesive and hot glue, I have it all stuck. There's a screw there, a screw at the far side. It's all stuck down, same at the back. It's all stuck down. That's a patch I had to put in, but it is stuck down really well. And now to go further back and attach the end of this to the top of the back window, or the bar just in front of the back window. So now at the very back, I have this rope here tied to this. and it goes through a bungee cord. Okay, now at the other side I have the same rope again, and there's actually a piece here that it has to go through. It's ripped on the far side, and but when you have it there, when you're inside, it just gives a nice even line from the back window to the very top, say like where the C-pillar is. So that's that nice even line, and that's what that there does, so don't forget that. Okay, now just the bar just behind the back window, I have it all pulled back. It's all lovely and taut all the way through, and I've run staples into it. These clips here also hold it, so it's all lovely and rigid, it's all lovely and tight, and I'm happy with that. Okay, next job. So now I have all the hog rings holding it back, or these clips, whatever they're called, and yeah, it's holding it all the way across. So that's holding the front, and now we're going to look at the back. Here across the back I have it all stapled again, so that's now the back and the front being held down. So here at the front there's a bar that goes the whole length, and there's a hole just here, and that's what that goes into. So that's what the clip at the end, and then the spring will sit into this, and inside on this there's a cover that goes over the spring to keep it nice and clean and looking nice, and then that's what the cable then attaches to. It runs off down there. Okay, so I have all the front now stuck. So that's all stuck at the front. Now to get the outside skin back on. So now don't forget the wire. So the wire comes here, goes into the hole, and all the way down to the spring. Okay, now to attach the other end of the wire. So what I did was I put the roof up vertically, or even bring it back further, and put your spring in then, or the cable onto the spring. So again, it's held with the bar at the top down there, and there should be a black cover to go over all of this, but I have no idea how you're meant to get it all on. Maybe you're meant to shove it way off down there. Obviously my cable must be a bit shorter than standard because it's an aftermarket roof again, but I'm not going to bother with that little black cover. Don't forget to put the wire into the little hole here up to the spring. Okay, so that's now all tight. So you put in the two little sides here and here, and you put in this as well, and loosely put them all in, and that makes it easier to line everything up. Okay, so that's now back in. That holds the very last, or the C-pillar part of it, and they should slide in. Mine don't, so I had to use a little pry bar here just to help pop it in, and it does pop in very easily. So obviously you put the screws back in first, and then you put the rubber in on top, and what the rubber does is when you close the window, it just makes it seal. Okay guys, so again, just put the last piece in, just make the seal just sit down nice and neatly. My rubber's always just been a little bit off like that, but anyway, that's it now, all finished I think. There's nothing really outstanding left to put onto the car. I think I have everything done. Well, I've run out of screws, so I'm pretty sure that's everything done. So now let's close the roof and see how it looks. Oh yes, but just before we close off the roof, so that's the outside skin. There's a cable there, and that goes through the middle skin, and you bring it down to here. I think it goes actually on the inside like that. And I think you fold it back a few times, you put a little drill hole through it, and then you put a pop rivet in there. And around this side, up at the very top, the same again, you put a pop rivet from there into the hole just there. So I have to get a pop rivet just for those two, and then obviously two on the opposite side, and I think that's you're done. So what I have done is I've painted all of this, because you do see it, it is exposed, and I think there's actually plastic trim. I'm missing it, so I have to get some plastic trim. I think that's what these little holes here and here are for. There's actually like so on the B pillar there's a drip tray just here, a plastic piece, and then I think there's another plastic piece for this here, but I painted it and it looks lovely as well. So let's just try and see how it looks. So that's my spring up there, so there is a bit of tension on it when you start to pull it and close it down. You can see it's starting to stretch there now, and this has never happened before, especially with my roof. It is actually sitting there stationary, so like it is actually really stiff. You can feel there's weight in it now, so I have to give it a decent bit of a pull You can hear the springs and everything expanding. That's it closed. Brilliant. So I've gone in here to the little J hooks, and I've adjusted this one. This one was okay, but the far one needed to be adjusted down. So, and then you just close like that, and you shouldn't really hear any of your A-pillar starting to move. There we have it. So that's now the new roof all installed. So it's lovely and flat, no dips in it. Back window's pulled nice and tight, and I'm very happy with that. Now having a look at the inside, you can see how lovely and taut it all is. I'm delighted with that. Of course it's not a convertible unless it actually converts, so that's now the roof released. Oh, beautiful. Check this out. Now with the roof down, you can see how lovely it all folds in. So guys, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. Support me in PayPal in the link below. And as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.